A lot of a weight loss journey is going to be the mindset. And I think this time around, after losing 100 pounds again in my life, that's the part that really helped me get to where I needed to be to understand the processes that I needed to change in order to achieve the goal that I wanted to achieve. And that process has taken me about 2 years. And while the physical aspect of working out, doing the cardio, getting the movement is something that I've been used to, the mental game was something that I'd kind of let fall before. And this time it really was the thing that I focused on. And I think understanding that we live in a world of high comfort, that we often accept standards from ourselves that aren't necessarily beneficial, but they're easy, they're comfortable. You don't rock the boat, so to speak. You don't have to work too hard to maintain the standard that you're at. And I think, as obviously most people will say, when you go on a weight loss journey and you decide that you're going to get better, you improve your standards, mainly for yourself. And there's that saying that you don't rise to the level of your standards, you fall to the level of your systems. And as you increase your standards, you tend to increase your systems. And systems is what makes this journey a hell of a lot easier, especially for the mental part. When you understand that you're not making a ton of choices when it comes to nutrition, you're not making a ton of choices when it comes to movement or exercises, you're just focusing on the basics. You make your life really simple. Not simple in the sense of drinking out of a plastic cup, but understanding that the more simple you make the autonomous decisions in your life, the easier it becomes to move on to the other things that you want to change. Building systems for nutrition, building systems for exercise, they're key parts in maintaining that mindset going forward. And the mindset is the thing, man. It really is. Like the physical part, you either love it or you hate it. It's part of the journey. It has to be done. More so for the health going forward. Not necessarily, well, for your health at the time, but think about how long you want to be able to play the game. And I think that's probably the biggest way to look at it. And adjusting your mind so that you're constantly looking forward, not too worried about what's happened in the past. Obviously, we all have a lot to deal with in our past. And doing this kind of mental mind work and setting yourself up for success helps you look at a lot of those things from before and gives you a new light in most cases on how to look at them, how to put them to bed, so to speak. Now, you will come across those times where your brain is just overloaded. You just want to stop. And it's okay to take a break. You can't just keep going full force all the time. You'll burn out. And the burnout is the thing that got you to where you were in the first place. So it's an important thing to understand. You have to go at a pace that is suitable and comfortable for you. The way that somebody pushes may not be the way that you want to push. Yes, somebody may be working harder than you, but there's always going to be somebody above. And there's always going to be somebody above that person. So comparison is a thief of joy. I know we hear it all the time, and that is a big part of your mental game. It's to understand the journey you're on, not to compare your journey to others. Help others. If you can help others, help others. That's what this is. That's what I want Meat and Potatoes to be, is I want it to be a place where everybody is learning from everybody, understanding that we all have the same problems, we've all gone through the same things, and having a community where you build that type of mentality is beneficial for everyone. But Meat and Potatoes is just simple. You don't need to bring anything in, overcomplicate it. You remove the noise, you remove the fluff. The choices become easy. The choices are simple. And you just develop this mindset where you apply that consistency to everything else. Really take stock of who you are and where you want to be. If you're somebody who is started this process a few times and you realize where you failed before, do all that pre-examination before you start again. Understanding your current goal and your current situation are two parts of a very complex problem that you're looking at. And I think a lot of people tend to overcomplicate the simple stuff in order to make themselves feel like they're doing better than they are. You'll also notice that as you get through this journey and you develop the mindset that keeps moving you forward and wanting all those goals to come to fruition, is that you'll lose people. People will cheer you on in the beginning because it's always nice to see somebody making a change in their lives. But once you get to a point where you're progressing more than most people do, Sometimes those people will leave your life. And understanding that is part of this process, and moving forward is not holding on to the past. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for all of that stuff. You know, the sly comments, the backhanded compliments. People don't like to see people making significant change in their life because it shows them the changes they're not making. And speaking from experience, I've had all of these things happen. And you surround yourself with a different group of people. You realize the people you're with are just not moving forward at the rate that you want to move. So don't let people like that hold you back. Hey, this is your journey, especially if you're at this age in your 50s. This is your journey. This is your time, right? Everybody wants a piece of everybody's time, but sometimes you got to protect your peace. And because you're doing new things and going new places, you'll meet new people, you'll develop new friendships, new relationships, stuff like that. Don't be scared to speak to people in your fitness circle and see what they're doing. It's a great way to improve your social life, improve your social circle. Good way to get out, 3-4 times a week. Even if you go for like a walking club or a running club, even if you go to the gym. Nice to talk to people in the gym who have the same goals as you do, like the same progression as you do. Inspiration makes you realize that there is more people out there doing it than you think there is. Life changing, man. It really is. Like becoming fit and taking care of your body and focusing on your mental and your physical states and raising your vibration and understanding how energy works. It's life changing. And it's taken me a few years, so understand that this is a process that is gradual in all aspects. Like I lost the majority of my weight within the first year, but the second year was more about developing the mental state and understanding the systems I needed to build into my life, because I have all the same things as most people do, bills, house, the whole deal. So that is really where it made a big difference for me. Down my nutrition to simple, wholesome, meals. Again, within the parameters of weight loss. And I started expanding my exercise and really found routines that were helpful for me, kept me wanting to progress physically, mentally. This treadmill here has really helped me with the consistency and the accountability to myself, helping me with my follow through, because a lot of this is follow through to you, right? This is all about self-improvement, and self-improvement improves everybody around you if they want to. Let's make that caveat. But yeah, it's changed my life, and I wanted to improve or change yours. For me, that was alter ego. I built Cray. Cray comes from my video gaming side. And when I was looking at what I was doing with Cray and on the progression loop that I had with my gaming, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this into my own reality. And so I built this reality, and that's what you're doing. You're building a reality that you can see yourself in the future. That's all mindset is understanding that you're building yourself, your brain, your mind, your avatar into something that you want, the way that you want to move through the world, right? Stay in the game, play the game. You got to understand this, understand that. But it's a journey. But it's a journey that I'm so grateful I started and carried through with. Overweight is not fun. I've been there twice. Well, I spent the vast majority of my life overweight in some sense or another. Like destruction, all that kind of stuff, physical work all the time, but just not eating right. In the way, you tend to let your physical shape go and your mental state go because you feel that you should be everybody else. And in some cases that's true, but you got to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody. And that's a big part of why I'm doing this too. I don't want to have people take care of me. It's been a few years in a complex as a technician where a lot of the people were 60 plus and they were crippled, pretty much crippled. And it wasn't due to or stuff like that. It's just due to neglect. And I was in my early 50s and I was like, man, I don't want to look like that in 10 years. So that's why I did it. That's why I got back in shape. And in this shape in my 50s, I'm 54, puts me in the 1% of the population in this age range who looks like this. So for the first time in my life, I'm in the 1%, baby. But yeah, think about how much easier certain aspects of your life would be that you just wouldn't even be thinking about, movement, the food. Take some time to put it all together. The basics are all the same. I'll put some stuff up about that too, but I find that stuff everywhere. For me, it's about the brain. It's about the mental game. That is the part that I think most people struggle with. The physical part is just on you. Yeah, I can teach you how to train and all that, but the intensity with which you train, the desire for which you have, that is all on you. And that's why it's important to find the fitness that you like. You have to do resistance training of some sort just to keep up the bone density, to keep up the muscle loss. Lifting weights is obviously one of the best ways to do that. But even weights, calisthenics, finding the fitness that makes you want to keep working out and exercise is very important. That's the part of the journey I think a lot of people falter on because they just can't seem to find it. They think that they have to go to the gym to lift weights or they have to walk on a treadmill or whatever, but there's a certain amount of intensity you have to apply to it, but the fitness is up to you. So I realized that I need to lose probably about another 20 or at least 15 for sure. So I'm going to start tracking all my food again, get all my exercises down and relog my workbook. There's so much information out there that is free and it's almost all the same. Pay me to tell you if you want. That's where we're going with this. But yeah, I understand that not everybody has the capacity to do that or the desire. But I also believe too that if you put more effort into researching as you go through it, you learn so much more about how to nuance your programs, how to nuance your systems, how to improve things where you feel like you're not progressing as fast as you could, or you even start trying things out and see if they work for you, right? Whoo! It's a task to carry on this conversation at 3 miles an hour, 4% incline. But again, this is what you do, 30 minutes a day if you can. Get out there, even in the sun. Might go for a walk later, but have some water. 100-pound weight loss starts like this, 30 minutes a day. Day 5 on the road to 1K. Follow along and share with somebody who's tired of starting on Monday.